If you're ever at a party or you're just super bored with your friends, play this game. It's called Exposed. You download it and then open the app. And then you can join a game or create a game. When you create a game, it gives you a pin that your friends use to play the game with you. And then you put your name and your picture up there. This app is nuts, and don't play it if you're not ready for some drama. They ask you tons of questions like these. And then all your friends who are playing have to vote. And everyone sees who voted for who. There's even levels, and some of them definitely get a little inappropriate. But hey, this will definitely spice up a hangout. Link is in my bio.
This English teacher was super chill. Okay guys, late homework can be turned in at any time up until the last week of school. Dude, that's awesome. You can turn your homework in up until the last week of school, and I'll take no points off. He figured that this would encourage students to just do their homework at their own pace and do it well. Well, one kid takes advantage of this situation. He doesn't turn in homework all year. Weeks pass, then months. The teacher assumes this kid just dropped the ball and that he's not going to turn it in ever. Until the final week of school. He brings a stack of worksheets and essays to this teacher's desk. And I mean stacks. All right, here you go. Yo, what is this? It's late homework. Remember what you said? I also emailed you 6 of the book reports, so those should be in your inbox now. All right, thanks, teach. I hate my life. So now this teacher, on the last week of school, has to grade a crap ton of homework. It's the last thing he wants to do. Oh, I am never doing this ever again. The next year, all right guys, welcome to class. Homework is due when it's due. There is no exceptions for late work. Dang. That kid ruined it for everybody. This isn't Monsters, Inc. It was a Monday. The class voted on a movie to watch for Friday because they had been good and they had gotten good grades or something like that. Everyone voted. It was a huge thing. The final tally is that Monsters, Inc. was the movie that they were going to watch on Friday. Heck yeah. Monsters, Inc. is awesome. Even the teacher said, "That's a great choice, class. I love that movie." Well, cut to Friday, somebody brought a big bag of popcorn and Ziploc bags. They were passing out popcorn to the whole class. People were hyped. The lights go off, everyone's ready, and then the teacher says this. "Okay, class, today we are watching The Miracle of Wheat Production, a 52-minute educational film made in 1987. You're gonna love this." Okay, so now everybody's confused. What the literal hell is happening right now? She presses play. The movie is grainy. The opening song is a banjo when you hear this. "Let's take a journey through the fascinating world of wheat." People don't really know what to say. The teacher's just sitting there smiling. Finally, one kid says loud enough for her to hear, "Yo, answer us. What happened to Monsters, Inc.?" Well, I realize it might not be educational enough, but you guys are gonna love this movie. I promise. Give it a chance. And they never forgave her for what she did that day. This kid started grading the teacher. It was a normal 7th grade class, and the teacher was exhausting. She talked too fast, she never explained anything, and her lessons were always boring. So before colonization, the Native Americans were showing signs of societal systems, and you see, it was really interesting because if colonization never happened, well, this one kid, one day, decided to leave her a note. And it wasn't rude, it was a sticky note that he put on her desk. It said, "You talk really fast, it's hard to keep up. And you skipped the lab yesterday. We were actually excited for that." He didn't sign it, and the next day, class feels different. She slows down, she starts with a story about her night. Guys, you won't believe it. Last night, I was feeding my cat, and then later, I thought the cat food was tuna, and I ate some. And at the end of class, she says this. "Also, class, if you ever have any thoughts about how I teach or suggestions, feel free to leave a note right here. You don't gotta sign it or anything. It's actually very helpful." And now notes are showing up every day. Please stop calling on the same 3 people. That video was actually kinda helpful. Can we do more labs or just something hands-on? She reads every single one, she adjusts, and class starts to feel human. Weeks later, a kid leaves this note. "This is my favorite class now. Thank you." And she taped that note onto the whiteboard. Now that's a lovely story. Every year during the week of Halloween, there was costume day. On that day, kids went This teacher is insane for this. This class had just finished reading Lord of the Flies in English, and the teacher?
She was passionate, maybe too passionate. So after they had finished reading this Lord of the Flies, the next day she tells them this. Class, we are going into the woods tomorrow. Bring a backpack full of things. We're gonna live like the boys on the island. So next day they come with backpacks full of stuff and they head to the woods. No rules, no roles, just chaos. She hands them bandanas and points to the woods behind the school. All right, go. One teacher and 20 students, and these weren't just regular kids. Somebody brought a pillowcase full of flour and was whacking people with it. Another kid filled a spray bottle with perfume and was spraying in another kid's eyes, trying to blind them. Take that. Soon there was turf wars, alliances, groups getting ambushed. Kids were using mud as war paint. They were getting feral. And the teacher was just standing there at the edge of the woods watching this go down like it's some sort of social experiment. Yes. 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 And it went way too far. Kids were getting bloody noses, one person was throwing up profusely, I don't know why, and the teacher didn't get in trouble for this, not even like a warning or anything. The principal didn't even know about any of this until a parent called a couple days later, but he still did nothing. And the crazy part is, the next year, this teacher did the same exact thing. Honestly, that sounds kind of fun.
One day, this kid came to middle school with pink eye. He didn't really tell anybody about it, because if the school knew he had pink eye, they would make him stay home. Well, this was right around the time where classes were having some of their biggest tests of the year, and students were getting stressed out. Oh, dude, I couldn't study at all this week. I'm gonna fail this test, like, it's bad. I tried my best. Hopefully I passed, but, what's wrong with your eye, dude? I have pink eye. Oh my god, you have pink eye? Why are you here? Because they're serving chicken nuggets at lunch today. I can't miss that. Dude, if you give me pink eye right now, I'll have it by tomorrow and I won't be able to take the test. Gives me more time. Dude, alright, $10. Okay, here. Alright, you ready? Go for it. Okay. Well, word spread, and that day, this dude made $350. The school got pretty suspicious why tons and tons of students had pink eye at the same time. They couldn't really pin it on anybody. And it was a win-win. This kid made some good money, and tons of students were able to pass their tests because they had more time to study.
Yay!
The craziest senior prank of all time. It's right after graduation. 20 to 30 seniors meet up in the school parking lot. And they're all carrying these giant bags, and in the bags are about 5,000 bouncy balls. You know the ones you throw on the ground and they just shoot straight up? Well, these seniors had already graduated, so they were done with school. They had somebody sneak them in through the school's side door. And during this time, lunch is in full swing. 200 to 300 kids are in this cafeteria. The seniors head up to the balcony that overlooks the cafeteria. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Every single bag is dumped over the railing at once. A rainbow waterfall of bouncy balls falls down and slams to the floor. Instant chaos, because the second they went down, they were coming right back up. It was like a wave of bouncy balls heading towards all these kids eating. It was instant chaos. All the seniors scatter away, and the kids in the cafeteria are going crazy. What is happening? What is this? I need my mom. One of the security guards sees one of the seniors running away, and he tackles her. Come here, come here. Ah! He drags her to the office, and she folds immediately, snitches on everybody. Every one of the seniors got a $200 trespassing fine, and they were so mad at her. Well, years later, one of them checked her Facebook page, and guess what she became? A security guard. Yeah, that's no surprise. What a snitch.
This teacher is insane for this. This class had just finished reading Lord of the Flies in English, and the teacher? She was passionate, maybe too passionate. So after they had finished reading this Lord of the Flies, the next day she tells them this. Class, we are going into the woods tomorrow. Bring a backpack full of things. We're gonna live like the boys on the island. So next day they come with backpacks full of stuff and they head to the woods. No rules, no roles, just chaos. She hands them bandanas and points to the woods behind the school. All right, go. One teacher and 20 students, and these weren't just regular kids. Somebody brought a pillowcase full of flour and was whacking people with it. Another kid filled a spray bottle with perfume and was spraying in another kid's eyes, trying to blind them. Take that. Soon there was turf wars, alliances, groups getting ambushed. Kids were using mud as war paint. They were getting feral. And the teacher was just standing there at the edge of the woods watching this go down like it's some sort of social experiment. Yes. 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 And it went way too far. Kids were getting bloody noses, one person was throwing up profusely, I don't know why, and the teacher didn't get in trouble for this, not even like a warning or anything. The principal didn't even know about any of this until a parent called a couple days later, but he still did nothing. And the crazy part is, the next year, this teacher did the same exact thing. Honestly, that sounds kind of fun.
In 8th grade, this art teacher had a locked cabinet in the back of the room. It was kind of mysterious. She never talked about it, but once a week, she would go back there, unlock it, take out a small handful of things, and walk away. Kids would whisper, wondering what's inside. Is it expensive paints? Ancient artifacts? Animals? Well, one semester, this student named Riley was picked to stay after school one day to help clean some stuff up. The teacher leaves the room for 5 minutes, and that cabinet key is just sitting there on the desk. So he opens it slow and carefully.
Opening it slow and carefully.
Inside were stacks and stacks of goldfish cracker boxes. No art supplies, no ancient masterpieces, just enough frickin' goldfish crackers to feed a small country. When the teacher comes back in, Riley asks, "Cabinet goldfish! Why?" "Oh, it's my favorite snack. I take one handful per class.
And I just munch on them. I love them."
It was just her own personal snack cabinet. Who would have thought? This family doesn't do game night. They do drills, fire drills, earthquake drills, intruder drills, and not because they're paranoid, because they think it's fun. Okay guys, fire drill time. All right family, earthquake drill. All right guys, intruder drill, milk drill. Go to bed, Grandpa. Each week a different family member hosts the drill. Whoever's hosting the drill has to make it as real as they possibly can. At first it started basic. Fire drill was yelling, there was timers and alarm, but then they would get creative. They put out space heaters in the doorways to make it feel hot. They turned the heat up to 90 degrees in the house, even in the summer. They pumped fake smoke from a fog machine. It was nuts. The earthquake drill. They moved the furniture ahead of time. They would blast low frequency bass through the speakers, makes the house seem like it's vibrating. And they would have their friends come over and slam a bunch of doors to make it seem like the house is falling apart. Now they would do multiple fire drills, multiple earthquake drills. What they would do is they would just try to improve it every single time they would do it. Now the intruder drills are where things kind of got out of hand. The son hires a guy to come in the house at 2:14 in the morning. To break in, essentially. Well, he gets there. What does he want me to do? The door's locked. What is that? He tries the windows. They're locked as well. What the heck? This guy's an actor, right? He thought he was doing an acting gig. Then he looks at the second floor window and he sees the kid that hired him. Psst, actually break in. What? So he does. He takes a rock and he smashes the window, and the family, they start screaming. Although they know it's a drill, they're just playing the part. So they know it's a drill, he knows it's a drill, but the neighborhood does not. And the police are called immediately. Yeah, somebody's breaking into my neighbor's house right now. The cops come and they actually arrest this dude. And he's trying to say like, no, this is fake, they hired me. And the police are like, yeah, right. So they take him to the station. The family then shows up to the police station and tries to explain, yo, we actually hired him. Here's the messages. This is just a drill. And although that is insane, that sounds kinda awesome.